Absolutely amazing, yes? Welcome to the best day of your life, yes? Absolutely. And, you know, we always feel a little moment when we realize that we're saying goodbye to this song, you know, after this week, right? It's been a lot of fun. And it's also been fun, you know, kind of watching people go, what about today is the best day of my life? Let me see. So, you know, we're not talking about that you're not having conditions in your life. Does anybody here have a condition, thought, something going on? Absolutely. We are talking about it is the best day of your life. And why is it the best day of your life? It's because it's the day you have. It's the day that you have a choice of where your energy goes, of what you're going to focus on, or what you're going to do. And as they say, there's the guy that lives 100 years, and there's the guy that lives 1 year 100 times, you see. So welcome to First Unity Spiritual Campus, the most joyful spiritual campus in the world. We name it, we claim it. No shame, no guilt. If you're over 30, no blaming your parents or anyone else. We are co-creating our world, are we not? Co-creating our world in that joy and in that space. And so let us stand and state our great invocation and bring in that energy together, shall we? We are now in the presence of pure being and immersed in the Holy Spirit of life, love, and wisdom. We acknowledge thy presence and thy power, O blessed Spirit. In thy divine wisdom, now erase our mortal limitations, and from thy pure substance of love, bring into manifestation our world according to thy perfect law. A law that's always working. Even for those who say it doesn't work, it works for them by not working. Have you ever caught yourself? That law's just not working. Whoops, oh, not working for me. It seems to be working for others, yes? And so we are ready for you today, let me tell you. If you are with us for the first time today, would you remain standing? That's all we're going to invite you to do. We want to thank you for being here and being part of our community. And also, if you are seated next to someone that's here for the first time, please give them a warm First Unity welcome. I'm delighted that one of my divine sister friends, Minx Boren, the author, is here today. Many of you know her. We're delighted to have her here. We're also celebrating ILI, where we have developed an online campus, just as the one like we experience here, to share with the world. I envision, women in Peru or men, like all chipping in together to take a class together of the things that we are offering. Are we so blessed or whatever? We just put a class in French is going up by Claudine. Claudine, would you stand, please, on development leadership, all in French. So, no time to sleep here, folks. We are on the move, are we not? We're on the move. And speaking of on the move, we have Marianne Williamson coming. We're almost sold out on March the 27th. So definitely want you to come to that. And I'd just like to, people say be transparent. I'd like to be transparent about something. We have really worked to find the right name for this thing. It's not a calendar because it changes every week. It's not a program because we're not at the theater. It's not a bulletin because it's not an order of service, because trust me, you would not want to know in advance what's going to happen to you, okay? And it's not a Unity People's magazine because it just didn't feel right, and only 3 people seem to remember what it was, so it's not a good sign. You know, name your children names that people can talk about. You understand what I'm saying? This is called, due to the brilliance of some of the staff members, Connections. A magazine for the awakening heart. It brings in who we are. It's easy to remember, and it brings in our history for years ago. we were called, as we used to mail, okay, everybody breathe, we used to mail these to your home. Long time ago when we walked to school in the snow, and it was called the Heart Connections. So we're bringing in our history, right? And that's what we're doing today. As we are honoring Black History Month, we are giving you a taste of Black history, because though our history, it describes us, it does not have to define us, but it requires us to keep doing our work. Do you agree? Yes. All right, bless you, thank you.
Greetings, First Unity Church. My name is Lola B. Morgan, and I am so happy to be here with you. I am now a newly published author, which I'm so happy to share with you. The title of my book is called The Butterfly and the Bully. It is a very soft and easy way of teaching our youth how to develop healthier coping mechanisms. Like many in this world, I had a challenge but loving childhood. And I wanted to display something for people in our communities that not only look like me, but to encourage and to instill that mindfulness and conscious and being safe and healthy and whole is a real thing. The power that I carry on a daily basis is to reaffirm. I recently had someone pick up my book and tell me, oh, well, you know, I don't think a child can get this. I've had several testimonies, and the power behind loving and reinforcing the healthy things in the mind of our youth and our peers on a day-to-day basis is extremely wonderful. And the gift that I want to be able to share you is a video of a 4-year-old girl being able to reincite those affirmations of love, to say that I am worthy, I am loving, I am healing, I am whole. And as we take this time, I want to introduce you into this video.
Affirmations by Mom. Every morning up early and bright, I look in the mirror and I recite affirmations by Mom and Dad. I am beauty, I am brains, I am intelligent, I am smart, I am health, I am wealth, I am treasure, I am heart, I am talent, I am ambition, I am success, I am daring, I am capable, I am helping, I am sharing, I am caring, I am water, I am earth, I am air, I am light, I am peace, I am love, I am future, I am bright, I am girl, I am princess, I am woman, I am queen, I am strong, I am divine, I express God, I am me. Yeah!
That is something we can teach all of our children and most of our adults. Come on, y'all know where we going. Put your hands together. Something got a hold of me. Oh, yes, it did one day. Something got a hold of me. Oh, yeah. I went to a meeting one night. In my heart, it wasn't right. But then something got a hold
Sunday, First Unity. Oh my goodness, because something's going to get a hold of you. It is. Before the end of this service, something's going to get a hold of you today. And here we are on Sunday celebrating our celebration service. We come together as artists, healers, seekers, and activists. What an amazing community we are. I'll say it every Sunday, and I mean it every Sunday. Every Sunday. Every Sunday. Yes. So everybody take out your cell phones and check in if you hadn't already. We need to check in on Facebook. Let everybody know we're here. We're celebrating. We're having a wonderful time. And if you are watching us on live stream, either on YouTube or Facebook, check in there. Check in. Let people know you're here. Comment. Let us know where you're coming from. And we have a woman who's been watching us on live stream from India right here in the sanctuary today. Yeah. Yes. So then on Wednesdays, we come together for meditation. At noon, we have a beautiful meditation in the D'Alessandro Chapel. And then at 6 o'clock, we come in here in the sanctuary and we have a beautiful sound healing service that is so amazing. Either Jim is here with his fabulous guitar, the crystal bowls are here, the angel harp is here, or the drums and gongs and maybe the didgeridoo are here. It's just a wonderful experience that you surely don't want to miss. So that's Wednesday night at 6 every Wednesday night. Then on meditation in between the services on Sunday at 11 a.m. in the D'Alessandro Chapel, we have a beautiful meditation that our Reiki practitioners facilitate, and it is an experience. And today we want to say hello and welcome to our Youth Expressing Spirit. They are here every Sunday at 11:30, and wasn't that wonderful that the young lady was saying she was expressing God? Because that's what our youth is doing every Sunday here. Youth Expressing Spirit, led by Jamie, and he's looking for volunteers. So if you are interested in volunteering to work with our youth or to go up on a Sunday and offer them, some of you, something you do, something you teach, then let some of us know. Let one of us on the staff know or let Jamie know that you want to come and be involved with our youth. Now I would love to welcome all of our chaplains, our Science of Mind practitioners, our licensed Unity teachers, ministers of any faith who may be visiting, ministers in training with the Illy Institute. If you all will please stand. So these folks are called into service for you. Never feel bashful about tapping them on the shoulder with anything you might need or want from them. They are here to serve. And out under the purple tent right after service, you can go get your organic groceries. John is here from Farm Fresh to You. And Beach Kombucha is here, so you can take home a growler of kombucha as well. Get your body healthy. Our Earth Care is having an open house next Sunday. Our Green Star Award-winning Earth Care. After each service, they're going to be in the Hornaday Annex doing an open house, so you can go and enjoy that. We're having an art raffle in the lobby. You may have noticed a beautiful piece of art that's sitting on an easel by the box office. That was painted by our own Myrtle Joy, who is a national award-winning artist. And get this, her artwork has been featured in the Price is Right showcase. So come on down and get your raffle ticket for that, because the money is going to go to buy new microphones for our singers and our voices. Then we have coming up a Wild Heart facilitated by Reverend Christy Hardwick. That's going to be next Thursday, March the 5th. It's going to be an immersing day of beautiful, there it is. Isn't that beautiful? Wild Heart, an inspiration gathering. Thursday, March 5th, all day from 10 to 4 right here in the sanctuary. We have some wonderful things coming up, so check your connection and take a look at it. Yes, and now I would love to welcome Reverend Christy Hardwick to the platform for a special sharing.
Good morning, Unity. Guide my feet while I run this race. Guide my feet while I run this race. Guide my feet while I run this race. For I don't want to run this race in vain. Can I take you on a journey with me? A journey where I faced my fears. Anyone ever faced their fears? Sometimes you have to look them right in the face. And sometimes you have to stand there in a place that may feel dark for a moment and then step into the light. The journey that I took was in the South. I was in Alabama just a week ago. Finally went on that journey from Selma, yes, to Montgomery. And I met with freedom riders. And I met with foot soldiers. And I met with the smallest foot soldier who was 8 years old when she marched with Martin Luther King Jr. and told her stories about sitting on his lap and learning from him. And I met with people who greeted his casket when it came to Atlanta. And I met with those who wouldn't give up their seats on the lunch counters. And I went to the museums, and I went to the monuments, and I did the walk, and I did the walk from the river in Montgomery when the enslaved people were walked naked and chained and ashamed to the auction. And I did the walk on the Pettus Bridge, and I got to the rise of the bridge, and I could see what they would have seen. I could see the police and the horses and the hoses and the dogs. And yet they walked on. And in my thought about that, I was brought to my knees. And when I walked in Montgomery from the church to the Capitol steps where they were stopped, I felt something rise in me. See, all this time I thought that in order to honor my ancestry, I needed to suffer with them. I thought I needed to suffer and never forget the suffering that they felt. So on this walk, during this 8-day journey, I suffered alongside those who came before me. But you know what I saw in Montgomery? There's a man named Brian Stevenson that you should know. And in Montgomery, Alabama, which, by the way, is still a very low vibration place because they haven't necessarily all walked the walk, he built on one of the highest rises in that town a monument to those who were taken down by racism and hate. And that monument shines, and his legacy museum shines, and he's released people from the incarceration that was unfair and is working that work in Alabama. He's a Harvard-trained lawyer who decided to go down and do the work. These are the things that are happening there now that I was able to see because I walked the walk and I felt the pain, but I did not want to stay in it. I didn't want to stay in it anymore. It was taking up space in my heart. I wanted to let it go, but I couldn't let it go without going through it and honoring it. But you know what my ancestors said to me when I was on my knees on that bridge? They said, "You do not have to suffer with us. If you want to honor my legacy, then stand in your light and be that beam and be that beacon and show them the magnificence of our people, because we shall not be moved." So today, I bring with me a church hat, the crown of the women that I met. Crowns. And they went to church, and they came to church, and church is where they met and where they had any control and could decide to walk in faith. And they said to me, "Do not forget. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmony of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the glistening skies. Let us march on till victory is won."
And let's remember what got them there. It was that churching, it was that spirit, it was that energy that they had in their body. And one way we do that is we meditate. And that's what we're going to do now. So put yourself comfortable in your seat. Let your feet be on the floor. The first thing we're going to do is ground and connect to that grounding energy. So be aware of the bottom of your feet and send your energy roots down from there. Send your energy roots down thicker and stronger, all the way down through Mother Earth, right into your grounding source. And let that grounding source inhale it up to the bottom of your feet, and then exhale it through your body undirected. And inhale it up, and exhale it undirected. And a third time, inhale it up, and exhale it undirected. And now we're connected to grounding source consciously. With every breath, we're pulling up that energy. And that energy is always there, but this is just a way to keep that energy moving, keep ourselves in that space. And we're going to create an energy memory right now that we can use. So connect to your heart space. Our heart is a container. And right now we're going to fill it up. We're going to fill it up with love. For we are God's beloved child, with whom he's so well pleased. And let your container, your heart, fill up with the love of knowing we are a beloved creation, purposefully made. We are that great idea, expressing as God. Let yourself fill up with this knowingness of love, with knowingness that God has his eye on the sparrow and on us, and therefore all is well. And so we breathe that in, and that container fills up. We breathe in knowing we are the beacon, we are the light. And we breathe that in so that we are filled up, our heart space is filled up with that knowingness that we are love. Let yourself feel the love just filled all the way up. So when you look out over that bridge, no matter what you look down and see, you can feel this energy of love. And we are the beacon. And we can walk down that bridge as a beacon, knowing all is well. And let your container now just become permeable, so all that love just still is filled in, but just can come out and expand. So the love of you just expands out to the edge of your body. Feel it just come out to the edge of your skin. And let it just feel there that we are completely love. And while we are love, all is well. God has a plan for us, and all is well, no matter what we see. And then let yourself be even more permeable, so that love of you just even seeps out through your skin. Let your energy come to your feet, so you know your path is guided. Let the energy tingle in your hands, so the work you do is guided. Let your throat and mouth tingle with the energy of we are guided. We are guided, and all is well. And let that inhale and exhale through your body. No matter what is happening out beyond us, all is well. And therefore we can shine. We are the beacon. Let yourself imprint on this feeling of all is well. All is well, no matter what you see. And very gently let yourself come back and open your eyes. Very gently as you hold this space of all is well. And all is well in your body. All is well in this room. All is well with all these people. So that we can be in that energy space of holding all is well and be with others. And all is well. So be it. Amen.
Good morning, y'all. We want to thank you for coming to visit this morning. First Unity All Nations Sanctified Baptist Church. Today we're just going to take you a little down south and give you a little Baptist church experience. Is that all right? Let's have church. Is that all right? There was a time in our history when the Baptist church was the center or the mecca of not only spirituality, but our civil rights movement. So today, as we go down south into the Baptist church, we're going to give you a little piece of our women's meeting.
This here women's meeting is now in service. Precious Lord, take my hand.
All right.
Lead me on. Let me stand. Lord, I'm tired.
Oh, yes, I'm tired.
I am weak.
Yes, I am. Yes,
I am worn through the storm, through the night.
Oh, yeah. It's mighty dark, it's mighty dark.
Lead me on to the light. Take my hand.
Oh, take it, Lord.
Precious Lord, and lead me on. Now, commence.
Thank you, Brother James. We want to thank Deacon James for that lovely solo. Thank him for opening up this women's meeting, as women are not allowed in the pulpit yet. We want to thank him for opening it. As he was singing the song, a testimony bubbled up in my spirit. And I heard a song from way back come all the way forth.
Yes.
Down through the years, oh, God been good to me. Help me down through the years. Oh, God been good to me. Oh, down through the years. God, sure enough been good to me. Oh, God really been good, yeah, to me. Come on, church, everybody. Down through the years. Oh, God's been good to me. I want to thank and praise God of how He kept me. Oh, down through all of my life, God been good to me. Oh, God really been good, yeah, to me. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Oh, yeah. I think I want to open up a testimony service right here. Has God been good to you? Say yeah. If God woke you up this morning and started you on your way, say yeah. God made a way out of no way, say yeah. It's all right, it's all right.
Sister,
Hey,
sister, I got a testimony.
don't speak.
All right now. Whew. Reverend Deacon, sister, you know, my heart's been feeling a little lonely lately.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, since Mr. Transition.
Uh-huh.
But you know, I was praying to the Lord. The Lord said, why should I feel discouraged? And why should the shadows come?
I don't know why. I don't know why they come.
Go, sister, go.
Why should my heart feel lonely?
Oh, you need some company. You need some company.
Say it, sister, say it.
Longing for heaven and home.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, praise it.
When Jesus is my portion. Help me, sister. A constant friend is He. Yes, Lord. His eye is on the sparrow.
The little bird.
And I know, hallelujah. Yes, I know. Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
I know.
Do you know?
I know. All right now. Oh, yeah, I know. I know he watches.
He watches over me.
Oh, glory to God.
Oh,
about you, I don't ever want to miss a Sunday because I'm like, oh, wow. I stand beside Rosa Parks' seat. And I can just imagine and hear her say, as a tired woman who had been challenged many a day, of her saying, "This is my seat, and I am not moving." Say that out loud with me. This is my seat, and I am not moving. Too often we give up our seat. We have an opportunity to say something, we remain quiet. We have an opportunity to influence someone and we hesitate. Or we give them a magazine article that's really about them because we don't have the courage to say, this is really for you. Too often we give up our seat, an opportunity to share, well, this is my life. Well, this is something that happened to me. I love the statement, united we stand, divided we are merely a distraction. And I look at that statement as it came to me a few years ago, and I still pull it up several times a year. And I think about united we stand, and I look at culture, society, families, and yes, my own perception of what those look like. But I also look at what is divided within me. United I stand, divided I am merely a distraction. And so to me, it's this wonderful opportunity for us to dig deep during times like these, to say what debris, what leftover, what experience do I still have lying dormant in me that continues to be my emotional influencer, that continues to tell me it's easier to give up my seat. Because believe me, it is always easier to say, this is my seat and I am not moving. It is the resistance of the moving forward, you see, that causes the strain and the pain. And so my nudging to you as I am doing the work myself, what is divided within me that can come to the surface because we are healed by what we turn towards, not what we turn away from. And if we continue, as we continue to move forward as a society and as an amazing spiritual campus, you see, we must be willing to go there and admit that there's a divide in the first place. Because as long as you're human and you're telling me you don't have a divide at all, that's extremely questionable. About something, you see. It reminds me of a preacher that stood up and told his community, next week, I'm going to talk about not lying. And so I'm going to cover in Scripture Mark 17. And he said, so go home and read your Bibles and come back and we're going to talk about it. So there's a pretty good crowd that day. And he said, so how many of you did your assignment? How many of you read Mark 17? Every one of them raised their hand. He said, well, like I said, I'm going to talk about not lying because there would be no chapter 17 in the book of Mark. It ends at 16. You know, I often allow myself in my own vulnerability to you in whatever way it is, whether it's telling a family story or a story about my mom. I told her I'd give her a break for a few weeks. You know, whatever it is, I allow you to see the raw of my journey and my own unfoldment. If you were to ask me what is the one main thing that somewhat gets in our way of an epiphany or a moving forward or an instantaneous healing, I would say it would be the lie we have convinced ourselves that it is true. I would say it is the lie that we have convinced ourselves that it is true. And so let's all breathe that in. This is not a therapy session, but it's to kind of plant some seeds within you because those have been my greatest discoveries that at times have opened me up beyond below my knees. You see, I used to think, when I was a kid, that it was not easy for people to want to get close to me because I was so different. It wasn't about people. It was about I was having a difficult being close to me because I was so different. And if I really let somebody into my heart, they would have to know really what was going on in there. So that epiphany, you see, but I could have lived my whole life with that story. And some of you have lived your life with that whole story all your life. You don't have to be gay to be confused. You understand what I'm saying? You can just be different about something that is in the way because you have convinced yourself that this is true. Well, this is what marriage looks like. Well, it doesn't have to. Well, this is what it is. Well, this is how it is, coming from where I came from and whatever. Those are lies that we will argue, we will defend, and we will create in our lives a cheerleading section that will agree with us when we speak it. And so, to me, this work, especially this month, is to surround myself with more people that aren't like me. So I can come out of this aquarium of the comfort. We offer comfort to the afflicted. We offer afflicted to the comfortable. We afflict the comfortable. And if we aren't, then we can all stay at home and watch some hour of power TV show. And that can work too. I'm not making that wrong, but there's something on the collective when tribal energy comes together, that when we're breathing together, when we're holding a space together, or we're online together, there's something about that two or more are gathered. In thy name, in the Christ light, in the energy, into the great spirit of life, when I can speak with two or more. And you look at the many hundreds that are in this room today, and you don't think that we can entertain a few possibilities? You see, we don't need to convince ourselves over and over again that we have enough on our team. We need to convince ourselves that we have told ourselves lies that some possibilities are not possible, and yet they are. And aren't we grateful that the people before us did not live with the lie that they were told? Aren't you grateful for that? Had they not been and not willing to look at that, none of us would be here in this space celebrating freely our freedom of speech. We would not be having this moment where we have people from all walks of life, the Jewish and the Hindu and the Muslim and the Christian and the evolved Christian preferably, and all of that. We would not be able to coexist in this room because freedom would be extremely questionable. So somebody said, somebody's been telling me a lie, and I refuse to accept it. And it's with ageism, it's with racism, it's with possibility-isms, it's with dreams that you have that somebody told you, you wouldn't be able to do it, and you have accepted that as your truth. Well, guess what? It is not true. It is not real unless you are determined to make it so. It is the determination that makes things repeat themselves, not the awareness of grace. The acronym of grace is God recognized as consciousness evolving. God recognized as consciousness evolving. Gratitude, make your gratitude list. That's sweet. It's good. It's enduring. And do it as many times. Grace, gratitude is what you see. Grace is what you don't see yet. And that is calling the mysticism within you to be born. You understand that? Because it's the grace that you've yet to live. It's the grace that you have been preparing for, but you you can't have an agenda and you can't control it. That's why it's called grace. Because if we could control it, more than likely it wouldn't happen, because we would just continue to repeat what we were grateful for the other day. You understand that? And I can't repeat that, but you get the point. Grace won't let you have a box. It won't let your lie survive. It's the grace. When you stand in that space and with the depth of your heart, you say, please, God, show I will allow grace. I will allow grace. And that's all I need to say about that in that way, because something, someone, an experience, or something one time, one day, one moment will come. And I will find myself with a new truth about what is possible. You see, this woman said that she used to love to go to this museum display because they would darken the room so dark, and they would feature the nocturnal creatures. And it was quite an experience to watch all of those creatures. So she said she went from absolute daylight to ultimate absolute darkness, and that when she was just getting settled, a little hand grabbed her. And she says, who do you belong to? And the little boy said, well, I'm all yours until the light comes back on. And so, I'm all yours. We are in this together. We are unfolding in the mighty work of grace yet to be done. Shall we stay focused? Shall we continue to sit sometimes with where we are uncomfortable so that we may be aware of the greater world that is calling inside of us? Thank you for coming today. Bless you. Thank you. Thank you.
Ooh, la, 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 la. Something's got a hold on me. Woo, put your hand on your heart. You heard some stuff today. You know, our prior church in Atlanta, I love that there was such great history there, part of a civil rights movement. And I love that we were one of the first churches to start openly ordaining women. I love that we were a church that ordained probably the very first openly gay pastor in a mega church in America. I like being part of a movement that's not afraid to be in the front of the race. I'm not afraid to be a part of a body that's not afraid to be in the beginning of the line versus the end. Because you know what? If you're at the beginning of the parade, you get to see the whole route before everybody else. But this message really touched my heart, because what's got a hold of me now is you. What's got a hold of my heart is you. Know when I am absent from that seat, you are in my heart. And I am glad to be from where I'm from, but I'm really proud to be where I am today. If I had a band, I'd say a drum roll. So somebody give me a drum roll. If you want to be a part of this great movement, if you want to be part of some movers and shakers that's going to change the face of this earth, dead silence. You want to come Saturday at 10 o'clock for the Discover Unity class. Be there or be square. It's 10 o'clock. 10 a.m. What time? 10 a.m. Where? Here. Yay! Be here. I watched that recently. I have kind of got his cardigan on today. If you want to also be a part of such a great movement, how can you be a part? Is go to the inside of our Connection magazine and look at Club 104. Read what is involved with Club 104 and why you want to be a part of 104, and the details are there. If you're here for the very first time, this is not by accident that you followed the universe here. Ushers, you can come forward. If you fill out the Let's Get Acquainted card, drop it into the offering place that passes you, I will personally call you and say thank you very much. for sharing your sacred space, own that space, and you decide to share that with us because we do not take that for granted, not for one iota of a second. Whew. I've been out of town, can you tell? It was cold in Atlanta. If you want to text to give, you can text to give at 727-800-3493, and I'm going to encourage those people who are watching us online. You can text to give at that same number, but I'm also going to say, why don't you just move to St. Petersburg? Because these people are ready to love on you. Well, let's stand and read the abbreviated New Abundance Prayer. I promised you I'd shorten it, and I did. Are you ready to read it? I dwell in the midst of infinite abundance. I celebrate in my giving and receiving. I rejoice in the good that comes through all avenues. And I know God works in a myriad of ways to bless me. From this day forward, I open my heart to give freely and fearlessly to this ministry and our collective journeys. I am indeed grateful and blessed, and so it is. Yes.
Is today the best day of your life? Yeah. All right, you're going to have to prove it to me and sing with us. Here we go. That would be nice.
Yeah.
If we had music. There we go. Come on, put your hands together. I had a dream so big and loud. I jumped so high it touched the clouds. Whoa, oh, 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 whoa, oh, 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 oh. I stretched my hands out to the sky. We danced with monsters through the night. Whoa, oh, 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 whoa, oh, 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 oh. Never gonna look back. Whoa, never gonna give it up. No,
of my life. Woo! I told you something was going to get a hold of you, didn't I? Didn't I? Didn't I? Yeah. Uh-huh. Something get a hold of you. Mm-hmm. Yes. So, oh, what an amazing service. What an amazing day it is. So as you go out, Reverend Temple's products will be right there on your left. You can get her books, her DVDs, her CDs, and enjoy them all week long, not just on Sunday mornings. And also, another thing you can join all week long, go to illy.org, ILLLI.org, and you can enjoy all of our classes and workshops 24/7 at your convenience, wherever you want, whenever you want. Download it, and you have it. Share it with people. Just enjoy it. It's your course. Go there and see what we have to offer because it's awesome. On the right-hand side, you're going to see our box office. I'll be back there. I think Lori's going to be back there with me. We have those art raffle tickets. So, you know, I mean, that's amazing, isn't it, that her art has been on The Price is Right as a grand showcase prize. So come on down. Get those tickets. $10 for one or 3 for $25. And in a couple of weeks, we'll be giving that, raffling it off, and someone will be taking it home. Yes, it'll be amazing. David Newman is coming on Friday. Love Wins. It's his world tour, but right now he's in his Florida part of the tour. Love Wins. It's a kirtan concert, David Newman and friends. The sanctuary is about half sold out right now, so get those tickets and come on. It's going to be awesome. And I've never experienced him, but I understand it is pretty amazing. So come on out and enjoy that concert. Then Marianne Williamson is here March 27th. And if you want to come and you have not gotten your ticket, you are going to need to get it today because after today there will be no more online tickets and we only have less than 10 available. So we are at the sold out point, so get on back there and get your ticket from me if you want to come to Marianne and you've been holding off on getting that ticket because if you hold off anymore, you're going to be, I don't know, you're going to be here the next day going, oh, I wish I'd have seen that. Because she's going to be doing a VIP reception in Lagatuda Hall. She's going to be speaking here in the sanctuary and then be back in Lagatuda Hall for a book signing event that Wings Bookstore is going to be sponsoring. So it's a joint affair between First Unity and Wings Bookstore, and it's fabulous. And today, right here today at 2 o'clock, a workshop, Feel Better Now. An interactive discussion exploring how what's happening in our world affects your general well-being. How exciting is that? And it's a free workshop for a love offering, so come on back in here. Go get something to eat, then come back in here at 2 o'clock for Feel Better Now, the art of healing in this crazy planetary times. Our LGBTQ plus group here at First Unity is having a social dance March the 6th. So get your tickets for that. It's from 8 to 11. We have a fabulous DJ, Lady KC, the DJ. So it's going to be a celebration, it's a social, and it's a dance. So come on out and dance like nobody's watching. Take a look in your new Connections magazine at all of the great workshops and classes that we have coming up. We now offer yoga twice a week. Reverend Dr. Aileen Curtin has yoga on Monday nights, and then we have a yoga on Tuesday mornings at 10 o'clock. So come on out. We have some amazing things going on in Zumba on Wednesdays. It's just awesome. And now I want to bring up my sister, Kate Olam, who's going to share with you about prayer.
Yes. If you would like to pray, the prayer box is over there. So if you have a prayer on your mind, you can write it down and put it there. The chaplains pray for it, and then we send it to Unity Village, and they pray for it again for 30 more days. But of course, you're always welcome to pray with the prayer chaplain as well anytime. Just ask us, and we will always say yes. And in fact, if you want to say yes right now, directly after the church, or after the service, we will be doing affirmative prayer underneath the covered driveway. And we're going to make a circle, and everyone will pray. You'll put in what you want to pray for, and a prayer chaplain will add and pray for that for you, and we will all pray together for you. And that's after the service underneath the covered driveway.
Awesome. Well, what a blessed day. Let's thank our band and our AV team, our media group, and all of our participants. Let's thank everybody involved with our skit, yes, and how powerful that was. And thank you for giving yourself a standing ovation. Remember, if you don't stand for you, nobody else will, so it's very important, right? Here we go, Eric and Ben.
Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me. Now there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Now there is peace on earth. Yes, this is the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with
Amen. A women, a children, a adopt a pet. And I was supposed to tell you Wings Bookstore is getting a new floor, so they are closed today, and all of Wings fans sends their love, and they'll be back with you real soon. So let's hold them in our prayers, shall we? As we're doing our unity prayer, the light of God surrounds us. I am the light. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love. The power of God protects us. I am the power. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. For God is amazing, and all the time. God bless you, everyone. Have a great week. Hallelujah.